my goal next week is to get a balance of $0. So they took it out of the system. I was like,
So all over, I mean, there's certain departments like you have to
All right. Welcome to the commencement exercises for the 2023 graduating class of the University of North Carolina School of Law. I'm Martin Brinkley, Dean of the Law School, and on behalf of my colleagues of the faculty and staff, I'm delighted to welcome each one of our graduates, their families, and friends to this ceremony held in the 178th year after the appointment of William Horne Battle as the university's first professor of law in 1845. I'm now pleased to welcome Mr. James M. Deal, a member of the class of 1974 and the distinguished president of our UNC Law Alumni Association, who joins us today to bring greetings on behalf of the association. He is a partner at Deal, Mosley & Smith, LLP in Boone, North Carolina, and his practice areas include trusts, estate planning, real estate law, and business law. He was awarded the Order of the Longleaf Pine in 2015. Jim is involved in many volunteer positions in Western North Carolina, and he has a long history of service to the state. We are happy to have Jim here with us today as a critical part of the Carolina Law family. Immediately following President Deal's remarks, Duma Ali, president of the Student Bar Association, will come to the lectern to share her parting thoughts. Jim.
Thank you, Dean Brinkley. Good morning and welcome. First thing I would like to ask you to do, all of those people sitting out there are a huge part of why you're here today. I think y'all ought to give them a round of applause. On behalf of the Law Alumni Association, I want to congratulate you on what you have accomplished. When I started law school in 1971, I didn't start under the circumstances you started under. And the things you have overcome to get here today are remarkable, and you should be really proud of what you've done. You are now the newest members, or you will be in a few minutes, I guess, when the dean honors you, of the Carolina Law Alumni. We would like to ask you to please consider joining the Law Alumni Association. I understand that you don't have a whole lot of money to give right now. But if you give one cup of coffee a month, or one Starbucks, which I got on the way down from Boone, which was $6.05, you'll be a part of our Alumni Association, and you will continue to help those students who come after you. So please consider that. Your Carolina law education, thanks to these outstanding people you see on the first row, uniquely trains you to make a difference, not just as an attorney practicing law or whatever your career choice might be, but it gives you the skills to make a true difference in the lives of your community. You're uniquely trained to look at issues and then try to determine various solutions to those issues. So if you live in a small town like I do, you have the opportunity to serve your community and make a difference, please do so. Because what you do every day will resonate on the lives of the people you touch. You'll have numerous opportunities to make a real difference in the community. And you'll have an opportunity to live a full and rich life. So congratulations and welcome to the Carolina Law Alumni.
Before Duma gives us her much anticipated remarks, would you all please stand for the national anthem?
Good morning, family, friends, esteemed faculty, deans, staff, and guests of Carolina Law. Thank you all for joining us today to celebrate this brilliant graduating class. And to the class of 2023, I want to take a moment to formally say congratulations to each and every one of you. And in the words of the artist formerly known as Kanye West, I imagine many of us have spent the last week wondering how we made it to this day. I mean, it feels like it was just yesterday that our class group me was getting hacked by everyone's future IP attorney, John Chambers. And who would have thought 3 years later that John's alleged hacking wouldn't even be the wildest thing to come out of our group me drama from our class. But here we are, a million group me screenshots sent to administration later, finally at graduation. I bet all the screenshotters are thinking, hey, look at us. Who would have thought? Definitely not me. It feels so incredibly unreal how fast this day came though. Y'all know the saying, time flies when you're having fun? Well, apparently, in the case of law school, time flies when you're straight up not having a good time. All jokes aside though, we made it to this day thanks in large part to our wonderful support systems, both within and outside of UNC Law. And for me personally, almost exclusively by the grace of God. So I want to take a second just to thank God for blessing me beyond even my wildest dreams. I also want to recognize my biggest support system, my family. And in particular, I want to thank my mom and my dad for all of their sacrifices and for not only choosing to immigrate to this country almost 30 years ago, but also for never listening to all the racists who told them to go back to Africa. Because if we would have listened to that same rhetoric, over the years, I would not be on this stage today. And what an honor it is to be on this stage, sitting alongside some of my best friends. And before Michael and the two Gabbies begin to think I'm referring to them, I want to make it very clear that I'm actually referring to Dean Brinkley, who as a sign of our official BFF status, will forever be saved as Marty B in my phone's contact list. And yes, I will be asking him after the ceremony how much I need to donate to the law school in order to call him Marty B in real life. But back to Michael and the two Gabbies though. Sorry for the gaslighting a minute ago. I actually did mean the three of you. And I promise it's not a joke when I say that it has been the greatest privilege to go on this law school journey with the three of you by my side. Your friendships are the best thing Carolina Law has given me. And so I just want to say thank you for being the best friends a girl could ask for. And on the topic of best friends, it is my sincerest hope that everyone graduating today has found and is currently sitting next to someone who will remain a lifelong friend. Because although we came to law school to get our JD, I think, just maybe, the real treasure is the friends we made along the way. So I hope we all hold on to our friendships as we fly away from the law school nest today. As we start this next chapter in our professional careers, I think it's incredibly important that we honor and celebrate ourselves and everything that we've accomplished in the last 3 years. If I could describe our class in one word, it would be trailblazers. And I want to take a moment just to shout out some of the trailblazers in our class. Starting first and foremost with Rachel Holtzman. Rachel, you have been the greatest champion of change at Carolina Law since day one. And simply put, this law school did not deserve you. But nevertheless, I think I speak for so many of us when I say thank you for always showing up and saying the quiet parts out loud. I am personally a better advocate because of you. Speaking of people that made me better, there will never be enough words to express my gratitude to my entire SBA board this past year. But I can't let this day end without giving Julius Brittman and Daniel Rios their flowers. Thank you guys for helping keep me sane this year. Last but certainly not least, I want to shout out two incredible women who served as chairs for arguably two of the most important SBA committees this year, Sarah Margolis and Christina Hubbard. Or as I like to refer to them from time to time, the Associate Dean of Public Interest and Accommodations and the Associate Dean of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, respectfully. Thank you both for spending the last 3 years advocating for some of the most marginalized members of our community. Like I said, y'all, truly just a class filled with so many trailblazers. And I can't wait to continue to trailblaze in this profession alongside everyone graduating today. When, and yes, I said when, not if, because there is no doubt in my mind that we're all passing the bar. So when we all pass the bar, I hope we will all commit to doing the hard work required to change this legal profession for the better. And I hope we will continue to push back against the status quo and those that will say to us, that's just how it's always been, or back in my day, because believe it or not, friends, this is now our day. And if we take the last 3 years as precedent, we can clearly accomplish anything. So let's continue to create seats and rightfully take up space in hopes that one day we will have a legal profession and a legal system that is truly representative of our values and ideals, rather than those of dead white men who fought for their freedom and their liberty while also owning slaves and thinking human beings are property. We also probably would not have allowed any of the students on this stage to attend law school. And on that note, I want to end by saying that Jamie belongs at UNC Law with all of her charges dropped. And if you're watching this, Jamie, I can't wait to see you walk across this stage at next year's graduation. So congratulations once again, class of 2023. Now someone go tell the registrar's office to run us our degrees.
Thank you, Duma. At this time, I have the honor of recognizing graduates who have distinguished themselves in various ways. First, I would like to recognize the 2023 inductees of the James E. and Carolyn B. Davis Society. The Davis Society is named for Jim and Carolyn Davis. Jim, a lawyer of great talents and strong character, was a 1973 graduate of our law school who died only 8 years after his graduation. Carolyn, a most remarkable person in her own right, died 2 years after Jim. Saddened by the loss of such a promising couple, the Davises' family and friends established an award at Carolina Law to perpetuate their memory. The award recognizes each year 8 outstanding third-year students nominated by faculty, staff, and their peers who have demonstrated the qualities for which Jim and Carolyn Davis were so known. This year, 38 members of the class of 2023 were nominated by faculty, staff, and fellow students. From those nominees, 8 were selected as this year's Davis Society members. These students embody what it means to be a leader and to serve. Integrity, strong character, and dedication are just a few of the words that describe their generosity of spirit and their motivation to succeed. I invite each of the 8 to stand and remain standing as I call out their names. Please hold your applause until the last name is read. Duma Ali, Julius Brittman, Sawyer Davis, Katie DeAngelis, Christina Hubbard, Hannah Marion, Sarah Margolis, Will Meekins. Congratulations to you. Each year, the faculty recognizes excellent student writing by members of the graduating class with 2 awards, the Bain Outstanding Writing Award and the Coates Rule of Law Essay Award. These awards are determined solely by faculty review and evaluation. As I announce your name, please stand. The first award is the Bain Outstanding Writing Award. This award was created to recognize excellence in student research and the ability to translate that research into an exceptionally polished written piece. The award is based on work submitted as part of a faculty-evaluated course or an independent study taken during the 2nd or 3rd year of law school. This year, we honor 2 members of the class of 2023 for their outstanding research and writing. The Bain Outstanding Writing Award goes to, first, Stephen Constantine for his paper, The Role of UNC in the Payment Card Industry, an examination of regulatory shortcomings and theories for improvement, and to James Huey for his paper, Special Venue Provisions and Forum Selection Clauses. Let's congratulate them. The second award is the Coates Rule of Law Essay Award. This award recognizes the best student-written essay on the rule of law. This year, we honor a member of the class of 2023 for his outstanding essay on South Africa's dormant emergency laws. The Coates Rule of Law Essay Award goes to Ian Maddox. Our next award recipient is the winner of the Clinical Legal Education Outstanding Student Award, which recognizes an outstanding student in our clinical programs. This year, Marcus Brown, a student in the Civil Legal Assistance Clinic, has been named the recipient. Among dozens of committed and talented students, Marcus has been selected due to his special combination of tenacity, diligence, and humility. His sharp mind and keen focus are enormous assets to his clients, and equally important are his tremendous compassion and respect for them. Marcus, again, please stand and be recognized. The students we recognize next have all demonstrated outstanding commitment to pro bono services. Pro bono publico is a Latin phrase usually translated for the public good. It denotes legal work that our students do without compensation in representing clients who could not afford a lawyer and might not otherwise have received any legal assistance at all. It is a tradition of which our law school is immensely proud. For the 6th consecutive year, 100% of the class of 2023 engaged in pro bono service over their 3 years of training. They logged a total of 14,182 hours. While we salute all of this excellent work, it is a tradition to take a moment at commencement to recognize students who, over the course of 3 years, completed more than 100 hours of pro bono work. Let me ask each of these students to stand as I call their names, and I ask the audience to hold applause until the last name is read. Rachel Allure, Carly Amatuzzo, Fatma Basma, Michelle Bauer, Anna Jameson Beck, Julius Brittman, Marcus Brown, Maggie Callahan, Sarah Cassidy, Mary Olivia Clark, Courtney Coppage, Pearson Cost, Fiona Craig, Hannah Daigle, Sawyer Davis, Catherine DeAngelis, Alessandra Diorio, Gabrielle Delgado, Ciara Diol, Alexa Frades, Austin Futrell, Nina Gonti, Kate Giddens, Adam Gillette, Madison Gladwell, Allison Gray, Margaret Hay, Ashley Haynes, Sarah Henning, James Huey, Megan Lindsay Jackson, Sarah Margolis, Hannah Marriott, Jared Mark, Sarah Markov, Ralph William Meekins, Brian Muggan, Mercedes Miles, Elijah Moff, Sophia Veronica Montez, Morgan Mumford, Richard Quinn Lee, Taylor Osborne, Allison Quigley, Daniel Rios, Isabel Rose, Jacob Schindler, Kate Shirtliff, Tyler Ventura, Megan Watson, Sydney Welch, Kendall Williams, Michael Wilson, Winter Wolf, Reagan Worcester, Meredith Yates. Congratulations to you. next two groups of students have distinguished themselves in the classroom, mastering at the highest levels the intellectual challenges of law school work. Please stand as I call your name, and I once again ask the audience to hold applause until all names are read. The following student is graduating with highest honors: Elizabeth Poole. The following students are graduating with high honors: Elizabeth Baldwin, Olivia Clark, Pearson Cost, Katie DeAngelis, Charles Deloach, Leah Ayler, Kate Giddes, Adam Gillette, Aurora Jakes, Ian Maddox, Marshall Newman, Keegan Pace, Claudia Perez, Allison Scatterday, Leighton Whitehead, Jonathan Williams, Michael Wilson, Meredith Yates. And now our graduates with honors: Rachel Allure, Michelle Bauer, Anna Jameson Beck, Dylan Blackburn, Eleanor Brown, Marcus Brown, Maggie Callahan, Dorothy Chen, Stephen Constantine, Courtney Coppage, Fiona Craig, Hannah Daigle, Sawyer Davis, John Dean, Frederica Demas, Joshua Elmitz, Hashim Elwazir, Allison Gray, John Gray, Margaret Hay, Sarah Henning, Rachel Holtzman, Nash Joyner, Michael Kenny, Alana Maddox, Sarah Margolis, Sarah Markov, Will Meekins, Breon Muggin, Gabriella Monasterio, Michael Mulvey, Corinne O'Reilly, Jacob Perone, Jacob Schindler, Danielle Sifredo, Caroline Spence, Samantha Tidwell, Ashley Tribal, Tyler Ventura, Megan Watson, Casey West, Mary Stewart Wilson, Reagan Worcester, Nicholas Zanzo, and Cassandra Zeitler. Congratulations to all. At this time, I call on 3L class representative Gabriella Monasterio to present the Frederick B. McCall Award for Teaching Excellence.
Thank you, Dean Brinkley. The McCall Teaching Award for Excellence is named for Frederick B. McCall, who served on the UNC Law faculty for over 40 years. He was an outstanding scholar of property and estates law, a tireless contributor to the North Carolina General Statutes Commission, and a celebrated teacher. Upon his retirement in 1967, students established the McCall Award to be selected annually by members of the graduating class. This year, I'm pleased to announce that the class of 2023 has selected Professor Kevin Bernardo.
Thank you. I just wanted to say this is really meaningful to me, and really not just on behalf of myself, but my faculty colleagues. It's been a pleasure teaching you these past 3 years, but also getting to know you as people. So this is a bittersweet occasion for us because we're Happy, of course, to celebrate your accomplishment, but also sad to see you go. So good wishes to each of you, and again, thank you.
Thank you, Gabriella, and congratulations, Kevin. I do not know if there is a greater vote of confidence in what we're doing as an institution than the philanthropic partnership of current students, which is what makes the 3L class endowment so special. The 3L class gift endowment fund was begun by the class of 2015, supported and sustained by the class of 2016, and made a reality by the classes of 2017 and 18, and continued by subsequent classes. The class of 2023, who were led by 3L class president Gabby Delgado, has continued this legacy. The combined fundraising efforts of these classes mean that the fund will benefit Carolina Law students by supporting scholarships, public interest summer grants, and the Law Annual Fund in perpetuity. I now call on third-year class president Gabby Delgado to present the class of 2023 class gift.
As 3L class president, it is my privilege to present the 2023 class gift. A gift has special meaning for both the giver and the recipient. And though today we recognize the graduating class as givers of a gift, I thought we could first recognize how we have been the recipients of so many gifts leading up to this momentous occasion. What a gift it is to have parents, grandparents, siblings, and other family who have known and loved us since we were little kids, trying to decide who we wanted to be when we grew up. For me, those are my angel of a mother, coach of a father, and best friend of a brother who have nurtured my goals for 30 years. What a gift it is to have partners, children, friends, and pets who experienced all the good and the bad of law school right alongside us. For me, those are my husband and Julie, my brightest stars in the galaxy, who held my hand through the biannual existential crises that is final season. And what a gift it is to have classmates, teachers, alumni, and staff who studied with us, mentored us, and showed us what it means to be part of the Carolina Law family. These gifts are surrounding me here in this arena. It is with recognition of all those gifts we have received that our class can give our own gift. This year's gift will go to a fund supporting public interest summer grants. It represents a sustaining bond amongst all members of our class and those who came before us, keeping us forever connected to each other and the UNC community. Thanks to the contribution of so many classmates, I am proud to say we raised $10,797.38. And with this gift, the class of 2023 leaves a legacy of public interest commitment and the tradition of supporting future Carolina law students. Thank you.
I now ask 3L class representative Michael Wilson to come to the podium to introduce our distinguished commencement speaker.
Good morning and happy Mother's Day weekend. My name is Michael Wilson, and it is my honor to introduce our commencement speaker today. So I think I have about 10 seconds before they could cut the mic off, and I'm going to answer the question we've all been asked recently. I will not be running for public office. What did you think I was going to say? Well, I won't be running for public office. Many in our class will. Sawyer, Carly, Daniel, Caroline, Will, Sophia, Veronica, I'm naming names, Reagan, of course, Duma Ali, Some of us knew when we came to law school that we would run for office one day, Charles Deloge. Others will spend 20 years in public service before finding their way into public office. And for that reason, it's my great honor to introduce one such Carolina Law graduate turned public servant turned elected official as our commencement speaker today. I believe she is a role model for each of you. Judge Allison Grine is a UNC School of Law graduate from Wilson, North Carolina, who spent 20 years working as a lawyer in public service before taking the bench. She has worked at every level of the North Carolina court system as a public defender, an assistant district attorney, a law clerk first for Judge Patricia Timmons Goodson on the Court of Appeals, and then for Justice Henry Fry on the Supreme Court. Now she serves us as a judge. Before taking the bench, Judge Grine spent 10 years in a role called Defender Educator at the UNC School of Government, where she spent her time training other lawyers in the area of criminal law and procedure. In January 2021, Judge Grine was appointed by Governor Roy Cooper, another graduate of this law school, to serve as resident Superior Court Judge for Judicial District 15B, which comprises Orange and Chatham counties. In the fall of last year, she was elected to that position. Judge Grine lives here in Chapel Hill with her wife and their 2 children. As the only openly LGBTQ Superior Court judge in North Carolina, Judge Grine has an accomplished resume. Her many titles reflect that: judge, scholar, attorney, advocate, professor, and my personal favorite, defender educator. But in one important way, Judge Grine's story is not so unique. As a Carolina Law graduate, she has served the people of our state throughout her career in public service. And for that reason, I'm very proud to introduce our commencement speaker, Judge Allison Grine.
Dean Brinkley, distinguished faculty, class of 2023 graduates of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill School of Law. Family and friends, I'm delighted to be with you on this momentous occasion. I love to see the gratitude that you've been showing for the people who loved and encouraged you and supported you on your way to this milestone, who may have put up with you when you were a little bit stressed and your personal hygiene was not at its best. Go ahead and tip your hat to them wherever they may be. Take a moment. I am so excited to welcome you to this profession to contribute a verse, as Walt Whitman might say. And family members, how proud are you today? I can't even imagine the extraordinary circumstances under which these graduates completed this rigorous course of study. It reminds me of that expression about Ginger Rogers did everything Fred Astaire did, but backwards and in high heels. I am just amazed that you were able to do this over Zoom and social isolation, in great part, and speaking with you all, the wonderful, good cheer and good spirit with which you did so. I'm just wowed. I should also give credit where it's due to Taylor Swift. In preparation, I decided to look up some examples of graduation speeches on YouTube, and hers was the first one that came up. It filled me with inspiration and confidence because it was so terrible. I'm sorry, Swifties. Excellent songwriter, though. All right, this talk has 4 chapters, and it has a superhero theme. The chapters are titled, 1, I will fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. What superhero says this? Wonder Woman. Chapter 2, with great power comes great responsibility. Spider-Man, okay. Chapter 3 is titled, Have I Not Given Everything? Wakanda, Queen Ramonda. Chapter 4 is titled, If There's One Thing Life Has Taught Me, It's That There Is Always Room to Grow. Room to grow. Ant-Man. All right, the chapters get shorter as they go. Here we go. Chapter 1, I will fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. A quick story. Early in my career, I was working as a public defender. Our office was located in the Carmill Mall in Carrboro at that time. And I was walking down to Weaver Street Market to get a coffee one day. I saw a guy sitting in the parking lot by his beat up car. He was holding a lug wrench, looking downtrodden. And then he saw me and his face brightened and he said, Public defender, I have a flat tire. I said, I see that. I have a meeting with a client. And I went back up to my office. Well, that story did not reflect very well on me. Maybe I should have picked a better one. But I like that because that man was able to see something. He was able to see that lawyers have special powers. He actually thought I was going to wiggle my nose and patch that flat. Unfortunately, I had a couple of hundred cases to attend to, as an assistant public defender is prone to have. But lawyers can, in fact, change situations in concrete ways. Just a few examples. A person is in jail in the morning, the cell is cold, the smell is horrible, his kids are struggling at home without him. An attorney comes into court and advocates on his behalf. Boom, he's home, passing the potatoes, getting ready to go to work the next day. Conversely, a person is having a mental health crisis and is out in the community and poses a risk of violence. Boom, he's in secure custody and professionals are evaluating his mental health needs. A person has a dream of becoming a citizen of the United States. Now she is a citizen. A corporation is about to be dissolved and hundreds of jobs are on the line. Now the merger is stopped. A person longs for a child. Boom, adoption complete. This is your child now. And so on, through the power of lawyers, using only their words, your written motions, your oral advocacy. Isn't that amazing? Today, when you get your diploma, realize that you are also collecting your invisible cape. You will be more important to the lives of more people than you can imagine today. Your clients will come to you in their darkest hour and confide in you their deepest secrets, trusting in your ability to bend the situation towards justice. You are graduates of the UNC School of Law and stand in the company of distinguished state and national leaders. This is the law school of Julius Chambers. He graduated in 1962, and it was only about 8 years later that he was in front of the United States Supreme Court, arguing the cases that integrated the school systems, that ended discriminatory practices in hiring and promotion practices in the workplace, in the face of great resistance. He was a great educator. He was the director of the Center for Civil Rights at UNC School of Law and the chancellor of North Carolina Central University. You may be thinking, Julius Chambers, he was an extraordinary figure. I can't walk in those shoes. And And when you talk about superpowers, maybe you're talking to that person in my small section who is on law review and is graduating with honors. Nope, I'm talking to you. Some of the people I know who have made the greatest contributions to the practices of law, to the practice of law, had challenges going on in their lives during law school and did not get good grades, and they did not pass the bar on the first try. And some of the people I know who are legal professionals who are making excellent contributions to the practice are struggling with mental or physical health concerns. That is part of their humanity that they bring and draw on as advocates for their clients. I'm going to tell you a story now about a friend of mine whose name you may not know. Her name is Kate Finhagen. She's also a graduate of the UNC School of Law. We worked together in the public defender's office. And she had a client. He was a middle school student here in Chapel Hill, a special education student. His initials were JDB. JDB was sitting in his social studies class one day when a police officer came and took him out of class and took him into a closed room. He was in there with 2 police officers, 2 school administrators. They questioned him about property crimes in the community. He did not have a parent there. He did not have a lawyer there. They did not advise him he had the right to remain silent or of his other Miranda rights. So Kate, when she took this case to court, filed a motion to suppress his statements. She argued that for a young and vulnerable person, this was a custodial interrogation. This was inherently coercive. And the police should have advised him of his rights. The trial judge here in Orange County said, "Get out of here. A talk at school is not a custodial interrogation, and we do not consider the age of a person when evaluating whether they're in custody." She appealed to the North Carolina Court of Appeals and got no relief. The case was appealed to the North Carolina Supreme Court. No relief. The case went up to the United States Supreme Court, and in 2011, the highest court in the land decided the case of JDB versus North Carolina and held that the test for deciding whether a person is in custody is not a one-size-fits-all objective test. A child's age must be considered because a child will often feel bound to submit to police questioning when an adult in the same circumstances would not. JDB should have been told he had the right to remain silent, the court held, and his rights were violated. And the lower courts should have considered his youth and vulnerability. So Kate, as an assistant public defender here in Orange County, had no way of knowing when she filed that motion to suppress and when she preserved that issue for appeal, that it would alter 45 years of jurisprudence that had been in place since Miranda was decided in 1966. That case will come across your desk. You will be focused on your client and getting the legal procedures right. You will change people's lives and perhaps the jurisprudence of the nation. Chapter 2, with great power comes great responsibility. You will feel the weight of that cape on your shoulders. You are a representative of the profession everywhere you go. According to Rule 12 of the General Rules of Practice, counsel are at all times to conduct themselves with dignity and propriety. I'm going to tell you about a local lawyer who walked into Starbucks. The line was a little long, and with exasperation, she made it known to everybody there that she was a lawyer. She had an important hearing that day, and she could not be expected to wait in that line for her latte. What she did not realize was that a judge was in that line who told another judge, who told me, who was sharing it with all of you. the rest of my life, I will think of that story whenever I see that lawyer. Graduates, do not be extra in Starbucks. You get that Starbucks is a metaphor here, right? Okay. We also have duties, of course, of honesty and candor. Here's the best professional advice I can give you. Do not lie, ever, about anything. Thou shalt not claim to have been stuck in traffic when thou binged on Netflix and overslept. Sure enough, the bailiff is going to radio patrol officers and say, actually, Your Honor, there was not any congestion on that route today. Your career could stall right there. When your words are your superpower, dishonesty is kryptonite. Rule 12 also says counsel should at all times promote respect for the court. What happens if citizens do not believe the courts are fair? People will not submit themselves to the jurisdiction of the courts to resolve controversies peaceably. Citizens will see no reason to be governed by the rule of law that appears to be stacked against them. Why would anyone come to court to seek justice if they believe there is no chance of getting it? When we work to get the law right and to apply it uniformly and to treat everyone respectfully and to allow everyone the opportunity to be heard, we lift up the legitimacy of the courts, which is critical to an ordered society. Justice Sonia Sotomayor said it like this: it's our unique charge to avoid distrust and alienation, and instead work to forge a desirable relationship between people, law, and government. The goal of the law is to express our shared ideals as a society, and through doing that, to enable everyone to identify with law and with our democracy. When I read these words by Justice Sotomayor, I think of a young person riding his bike around his hometown, like Wilson, where I grew up, and he sees his library, and he says, that's my library, where I can borrow a book. And he sees his school, and he thinks, that's my school, where I can learn to add and subtract. And then he sees the courthouse with its columns. What does he think? That will depend in great part on you and on me. Chapter 3, have I not given everything? I want to say a few words about self-care, because when you realize that you are uniquely qualified to achieve excellent outcomes for your clients, it's very hard to stop working. Also, superheroes get smashed through brick walls and thrown off of tall buildings. I've had days like that in court. So to sustain you in this extraordinary profession, you're going to need to level up your self-care, whatever that means for you. I'm going to offer 3 pieces of advice. You're not going to like the third one. First, always have something on your calendar to look forward to. Maybe you've got concert tickets to see a great band. Maybe you and a buddy are going to go check out a new food truck that's serving excellent fish tacos. Maybe you're going to visit a state park and have a wonderful hike. Keep a little secret smile on your calendar. Second, take beautiful care of your friendships. Like Shakespeare told us, those friends thou hast in their adoption tried, grapple them to that soul with hoops of steel. Of course, you need your friends for cheering on the Tar Heels. You want your friends there to celebrate milestones, like when you pass the bar exam. There will also be time when your friends are not a luxury, when you've taken an unpopular stand and need to keep going in the face of hurtful criticism, when you feel overwhelmed by the challenges of your work, maybe by those billable hours. Think about who really sees you, who sees the best in you and makes you feel strong and capable, even while they're not afraid to tell you when you've made a misstep. Hold them close. The third piece of advice that will elicit a collective groan: you need to do yoga. I know all the reasons you say you're having none of that. You're not spending time with soccer moms in Lululemon pants. You're too impatient to sit on a mat. You could be doing real exercise. You need to trust Judge Grind on this one, who is, by the way, a soccer mom. You will need the meditation, strength, and flexibility. Chapter 4. If there's one thing life has taught me, it's that there's always room to grow. When you picture a lawyer, what do you see? Do you see a person in a navy blue suit, carrying a briefcase, walking through a shiny law firm in New York City? That may be the right model for you. And I hope you will lend the rest of us money. Just kidding, but if that's not the right model for you, you do not have to shove yourself into that navy blue suit. There's also the model of Rich Rosen of UNC School of Law, who went over to Eritrea in the Horn of Africa and helped them develop the criminal code, combining diplomacy and scholarship. I'm sure Rich was wearing khaki pants. I'm not sure if he owns a navy blue suit. My point is, lawyering is a broad umbrella, and there is a place for you under it, a place where your particular strengths are needed, where you will feel invested and find satisfaction. Your first job may not be that place. That may be a place where you're gathering information. If you are like me, you will receive a number of very helpful rejections through your career that will help find the right place for you and take a step closer to it. Maybe those rejections didn't feel that way at the time, but all of the not quite right jobs led me to this place. And I'm so thrilled to be your resident Superior Court judge, a job in which I'll never stop learning. So, some of us are cat people, and some of us are dog people, because dogs are better. Similarly, you might reflect on distinctions such as, are you more of a federal or a state person? Criminal or civil? Trial court or appellate? Transactional work or litigation? Fundamentally, are you more of an introvert or an extrovert? This is a question that will bear a great deal on where you will thrive as a lawyer. We've reached the end of chapter 4, there's always room to grow. You may be thinking, I was sure Judge Grind was going to tell us to go out and do service work. I don't need to do that. I've met with members of this class. These graduates are service-minded. You saw all of the people on their feet, the hundreds of hours of service work they've already accomplished before leaving this law school. Family members, you may not know this about these graduates, but there was a student in their ranks who was having a mental health crisis and could not afford it. They raised $7,000 for that person. It's a beautiful example for all of us. They are going to work in public interest organizations. They are going to do pro bono work in their firms. They are going to serve on the boards of nonprofit organizations. And I'm so glad to know that, because that service work will sustain you in this profession, like your self-care and yoga practice. In closing, graduates, let me hear you. Do you have a place in this profession as the unique, whole person you are? Are you going to lift up this profession with everything in your considerable power? Are you going to take beautiful care of yourself and each other? Are you going to set out not only to be a lawyer, but to be a happy lawyer? Are we going to keep growing and learning together? Avengers, assemble. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Judge Grime, for those moving remarks. Members of the class of 2023, we now come to the moment that culminates your years of study and preparation, the awarding of diplomas. They are not really diplomas, by the way. Your real diplomas will arrive by mail later this summer. We will call most of our 190 recipients of the Juris Doctor degree. Please hold your applause until all students have received their diplomas. And now we will begin. Dean Smith.
Come on up, class of 2023. It is time to walk the walk. Mayan Adams. Juan Carlos Pacheco. Hamdi Ibrahim Kader. Nicholas Zanzo. Jared Alexander Mark. Dylan Robert Blackburn. Stephen Malin Constantine. Sarah Ricolo Cassidy. Megan Lindsay Jackson. Alana Maddox. Ashley Haynes. Stephen Riggs. Grand Williams Sotir. Cheyenne Autumn Flores. Lillian Rose House. Daniel Rios. Kazim Olaramlambe. Lee Rodeo. Julius Crosby Britton the fifth. Megan Elizabeth Laney. Huiming Ren. Elizabeth Leonie Baldwin. Maggie Callahan. Kate Gittes. Mary Stewart Wilson. Nina Teresa Ganti. Claudia Valentina Perez. Dorothy Chen. Jake Schindler. Frederica Demas. Casey Amalia West. Ciara Diol. Samantha Tidwell. Hannah Daigle. Anna Jameson Beck. Kendall Williams. Megan Watson. Catherine Mansour. Corinne O'Reilly. Michelle Bauer. Sarah Catherine Cheeley. Allison Haley Gray. Leighton Whitehead. Devin Rhodes. Ariana Pearson. Faduma Ali. Gabriela Zuma Monasterio. Gabrielle Mangru Delgado. Michael Stewart Wilson. Dylan Laws. Will Harris. John Gray. Sarah Margolis. Emily Louise Strombaum. Elizabeth Nelson. Sawyer Davis. Caroline Spence. Brianne McGann. Allison Scatterday. Ashley Tribal. Adam Cameron Gillette. Rachel Holtzman. Sophia Veronica Montez. Hannah Corinne Marion. Caroline Pope. Joseph Heath. Talia Draper. Andrew Draper. Jason Davidson with Kennedy. Jonah Brumbelow. Lisa Leopold. Catherine Elizabeth Goodman. John Chambers. Caleb Bolt. John Graham Monroe. Margaret Hay. Eleanor Reed Brown. Madison Rose Gladwell. Charles Jacob Taylor. Pearson Gustav Koss. Joseph Lucas Taylor. Nash Patrick Joyner. Max Beef. Olivia Clark. Landon Keith Whitley. Cassandra Zetlow. Leah Ayler. Harley Amatuzo. James Huey. Michael Mulvey. Richard Wen Lee. Grant Van Hook. Luke Weesey. Cameron Tyler Blake. Mason Butner. Jacob Perone. Ty Bennett. Evander Biondi Copeland. Sagar Sharma. Daniel Stafredo. Matthew Joseph DeWitt. Jacob Brooks. Jessica Phipps. Taylor Denise Osborne. Morgan Mumford. Sarah Elizabeth Henning. Michael Joseph Kenny. Reagan Rose Worcester. Alessandra Diorio. Fatma Basma. Ralph William Meekins Jr. Charles Christensen. Ben Marsico. Christopher Kenny. Marcus Brown. Fiona Garber Craig. Allison Claire Quigley. Sarah Markoff. John Matthew Dean. Elizabeth Gray Poole. Francis Lee McBride. Alexander Constantine Ligdis. James Jordan. Tyler James Ventura. Carson Southern. Tucker Sutliff. Lauren Elizabeth Corey. Alexandra Lawson. Diana Fairweather. Alana Branham. Kate Jacqueline Shirtliff. Isabel Rose. Winter Wolf. Rachel Allure. Lauren Engel. Rebecca Dare Lester. Meredith Yates. Sophia Louise McMahon. Elizabeth Tidwell. Aaron Thomas Harding. Alexa Fradas. Vishal Gupta. David Kenshi Kanahira. Pooja Ramchandani. Saad Iftikhar. Andy Fernandez. Anya Hovanik. Joshua Elmatz. Ian Maddox. Hashim El Wazir. Marshall Newman. Courtney Coppage. Dylan Orion Jones. Charles Deloach. Ava Alds. Asha Elon McCorby. Lydia Walden Shelley. Christina Celeste Hubbard. Jonathan Hewitt. Ian McAdoo. Connor Scott McGinley. Laith Asama Khatib. Sydney Anderson. Keegan Pace. Mercedes Ariana Miles. Jonathan Williams. Aaron Stephen Finkel. Ryan Brown. Sydney Welch. Austin Futrell. Catherine Maria DeAngelis. Catherine Ann Bingham Robinson. Anna Caroline Heitzman. Leslie Brooke Ballage. Megan Brinson. Chandler Myers. Harrison Longano. Samuel Ryer. Elijah Mock. Matthew Mullins. Lily Edmond. Kayla Danielle Allen. Giselle Bailey.
Family and friends, I present to you the University of North Carolina School of Law, class of 2023. Congratulations to our newest Carolina Law alumni. It is our tradition that the class be asked to stand, turn to your families, and wave your caps to thank them. everyone will please stand. We are about to recess. Students will await the faculty's departure and then recess out the South Road exit.
Because there's a ceremony after hours.
Go away quickly. It's at the law school.